talking about your journey, and I think it's fascinating. You studied bioengineering and computer science, then studied and went into law, and now you're an entrepreneur within healthcare. Tell us about your journey from engineer to lawyer to an entrepreneur, and what motivated you along that path.
Thanks. It has been quite a journey, and I like to joke that with my family and friends that knew me back then that I'm much more like the younger generation today. When I was younger, I always wanted to learn more, and I took a gap. I took, as you know, took time between undergrad and law school, which now is the preferred route. So I did, kind of have a unique journey from the beginning. For me, when I went to college, I was very self-aware that I didn't know what I wanted to do. My father was an engineer, and I didn't really, I knew what he did, but I just knew what he did and not what other engineers did. So I was self-aware enough to pick a major. I love technical stuff. I had a technical, mind and interest. So bioengineering was really just a way to say I want to learn a lot. It was the most sort of unit-intensive and broad technical major at the time at Berkeley, and so from the very beginning, I was setting up this sort of multidiscipline path, I think. It just sort of turned out that I was in school during the dot-com era. And so I was lucky enough to join an early stage startup in 1999, late 98, 1999. I left school actually before finishing to join that startup. And, kind of quintessential dot-com. We were pizza boxes in an apartment, just, staying up late night, building a website out. And that experience was about a year and a half long before we came back to school, and that experience really, I think, laid the groundwork for where I am today. Honestly, at the age of 19, loved it. I loved every aspect of it, and how you had to kind of do more than just kind of one thing. And but also was humbled and learned that I didn't know anything about fundraising, and we got involved in some patent troll cases where we were just young and getting taken advantage of. And so I thought, okay, I have a technical mind, I have technical skills. I need to pair that with understanding the system. And if I want to be an entrepreneur that's going to stand on my own 2 feet, I need to have a diverse skill set. And so from there, worked as, like you said, as a computer scientist for 2-3 years, and then decided to go to law school to become an IP attorney and a patent attorney. So it has the technical angle, it's tied to innovation. I thought I'd work as an attorney for 2-3 years and pay off some loans and then move on back in the tech industry. And somehow 2-3 turned into 9-10 pretty quick. And so I was working, I got lucky to represent Apple and some other large, one of the major cases against Samsung related to the iPhone. And once I got into that IP world, I took to it. And finally, ultimately, at the back end of that, I went in-house at a tech company, a fintech company called Xero, Xero. And was really, really lucky to be part of that growth story. And Nana reconnected with software and SaaS, and got to be part of their global leadership team, and saw how they built this business, got into payments a bit. It was at that time, that was 2014 to 2017, and it was in that window that fintech background got me looking into the revenue cycle. So I would go home and talk to physicians, and I did my day job. I'm into the fintech world. That's really the combination of how the revenue cycle interest kind of happened. So I've even in performing DocVocate, I've taken some pieces of my entire journey. So at Xero, they did such a great job of working with accounting firms. We called them Xero evangelists. They were if the accounting firms that use the software love it, they'll sell the small businesses for us. And I've taken a piece of that. And so in DocVocate, in the name, we're advocates for doctors, right? And so we want to have the trust relationship with physicians that we are the first tech company that is really there for you, working with you, and we genuinely are that as well. So anyways, that's a bit of the journey, and at the end, how it all kind of came together, where I was able to then leave. I'm now a recovering attorney, and went full-time on DocVocate in 2017.